I don't know why. Why don't men come to speed dating events?
If there is a male loneliness epidemic, then where the are the men at all of the singles events?
So yeah, it was a bummer that there weren't more guys at the event.
There was a lot of women there.
Where are all the men?
It's majority women.
Men do not go to singles events.
So many girls.
It's like a whole bunch of other females that feel the same way.
There's been a rise in singles events, meeting people kind of off apps, getting people off apps is a big thing. What a lot of the stats show is that people that go to these events are mainly women. Why do you think men don't go to these things?
What nightclubs are to men is what single events are to women. So if you're a guy going to a nightclub, one, you're going to have to pay to go in. Women go in free a lot of the time because the clubs are looking for women because they bring the guys, right? So the clubs invite women because it brings the guys. So one, you're going to have to pay more than the women to go in. Two, realistically, to get any kind of attention or succeed with a girl, you kind of have to be in the top 5% of guys in the club, either in terms of looks, in terms of status, or in terms of money.
Table.
Right? Exactly. Three, 9 times out of 10, the kind of girls who are regulars at nightclubs generally aren't the kind of girls that you're wanting to choose for a wife anyway. They don't have certain qualities that you're looking for long term.
At every singles event, it's all women.
That's exactly
I don't want to do them anymore because it's so hard to get men to sign up. And I had one a few weeks ago, and one of the guys was like, please do this again. This was awesome. I'm like, I will do it again if you promise, like, get friends to come. Like, it's so hard to get guys to sign up. And he's like, no, why would I want more competition?
Yeah.
But why? Like, I guess both perspectives. Like, what do you think? But also as a guy. So if you told me when I was 27, hey, there's a singles event where there's going to be 20 to 25 really cool women, I'd be like, yeah, like that's sick. Like, why would I not go? I go to the bar to meet the single woman.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I go to the singles event where they actually want to meet me too?
Yeah.
But as guys, why did we never go to them?
Yeah, doesn't it take away like the thing of rejection? Like,
well, my perspective was this. I feel like guys are super sensitive to get rejected. And when you go to a singles event, there's an expectation that you should hook up or you should like meet somebody.
Yeah.
And if you don't, it's like, oh, well, you got rejected. And maybe if you hit on somebody there and they don't like you, it's very in your face.
Yeah.
Whereas if you get rejected at a bar, it's so like sugar coated and it's so like
kind of disappear.
You can disappear or like just pretend like something happened. You could hide.
You know, here's another thing. Women have too much of an appetite for finding the best option when in reality, most of them are just average. Which sane man would go out and pay money just to go get rejected by average, entitled women? It doesn't make any sense. Women, on the other hand, will gladly go to these events because if and when they do find a match, it just means that they'll get to go out on free dates and get attention afterwards. Go figure.
So I'm hosting a speed dating event, and like 9 women have showed up and only 2 males. Why? And like 7 males pay for tickets. So I don't know why. Why don't men come to speed dating events?
On today's episode of I Have Too Much Time on My Hand and I Be Doing the Most Randomest shit. So I basically came across this TikTok account that wants to revamp how people date. I said, boom, it's cute. You know, let me see what it's hitting for. I got there very well organized. I can see why they had success. But where the nigga at? I wasn't even trying to be picky. But where the fine nigga? No, not the bald, under 5'9". It really wasn't hitting. It was more females than men, but you know, you can't control that. I immediately checked out, went to the bar. I'm at the bar. It's like a whole bunch of other females that feel the same way. We all decided that was not our vibe. Made no sense to waste our time. Ended up leaving. We got dinner and some drinks. All in all, it was a cute experience. I was able to network and make more friends. It's always exciting and fun and new. Where the nigga? Our target audience definitely wasn't there. We all decided we're gonna have to do something different because
guys have made it in and they got to just pick wherever they wanted to sit and who they wanted to start dating, and I'm alone. So many girls. Well, I know we're all like, so the guys paid to be here. That's what's weird. And there's a lot more girls than guys, so that's weird. And it's not a situation of like where you date everyone and you just say yes or no or something, and then at the end, if you both said yes to each other, you hang out later. You ask to match right away, and you like give the person like your QR code, and then you just like basically ask to match with them. Like they were saying like, ladies, you should initiate. Like, guys love when you initiate. I'm sorry, what? And once you match with someone, you go next door and there's like an open bar and you all hang out. So they're like, we're really encouraging you to match. I'm like, well, I'll match for an open bar, but I'm not gonna match. Like, I don't know, it just like doesn't really make sense. But there's so many girls here, everyone's so pretty, but the vibes are a little weird.
Okay, so I met a few guys that are nice. They're nice. And I'm tipsy, so I like talking to them. They're nice. And they're awkward, but they're fine. I don't know. We're doing okay, but I don't think any of them are going to be matches, you know? But we're having fun. We're having fun. Free drinks. It's fine.
You know, the fact of the matter is that women want to be chased and worshipped by the kind of men that they see in the movies. And they think that because they're pretty, that they deserve princess treatment and don't need to go to work on their personality or any other characteristics, which would make them good partners in long-term relationships. This is why they don't like nice guys, because they don't get their insides tingling. And the thing is, as soon as you give these women a little bit of liquor or alcohol, their nasty character comes out like a jack in the box. Go figure. Here's another reason why men don't enjoy speed dating events. Because we know that we're dealing with a pandemic of promiscuity and 304s. Women aren't celibate, they're single and dating casually, having non-monogamous sex with multiple men. So why would any sane man pay money to come to these goofy events to deal with low quality women? Go figure. You know, it really goes over my head why people don't tell women that they're losers. Because instead of mingling with other guests and having a good time, making the best out of the situation, you're busy looking at all the negatives and what is not there. I bet if you had to ask these women when is the last time they rejected a man who they weren't attracted to, they'll be able to boast about it very quickly. But if you had to ask them, do you think the men you want are attracted to you, then all you're gonna get is silence and crickets. Man, I'm almost tired of this.
Like if you were to do it in a bar, right? There's a chance that the person you're approaching is in a relationship or they're just not in the mood to talk. I think we've all been there, right? Like you've gone out with your friends and you're like, this is about me and my friends. This is not about other people tonight. And so I really think going to these dating events is such an untapped opportunity for men. And it's crazy to me because women's tickets for events sell out so quickly all the time. I've seen events where the women's tickets sell out within 15 minutes. And then men's tickets are still available until like an hour before the event. It's crazy. So yeah, I think I really believe in dating events, especially because I think there's actually way more manners in dating events. You know, the problem with dating apps is like things like ghosting. And ghosting to me is a lack of respect and manners.
If there is a male loneliness epidemic, then where the are the men at all of the singles events? I've been organising and hosting singles events in my city for 6 months or so. And with the exception of the 20 to 35s age group, it is the men who are lacking, who aren't buying enough tickets, who are causing us to cancel events because we have 20, 30 women who've booked tickets and more on the wait list and 9 men, 12 men. And so we cancel the events because we're not going to do that to the women. We're going to make them compete with other women in a room where they're the majority and there's a handful of guys. But where the f*** are they? I'm just so frustrated that women of all ages are putting themselves out there. They're ready to meet people. They're getting themselves dressed up. They're going out. They're buying tickets. They're spending money. They want to meet men and spend time with them. And the men are where? They're doing what? You're doing this to yourselves. What the f***?
Funny how it's always a man's fault. Here's the thing. Men have somewhat of a clear understanding of where they are in terms of desirability when it comes to interacting with the opposite sex. Women, on the other hand, are the delusional ones who think that they actually deserve the top echelon of men in society. The men who women desire don't really need to go to a singles event because he's got unlimited access to women of all shapes and sizes, and he doesn't need to commit to any of them. But they're all down to have a fun time with him whenever he's available for them. Go figure. You know, it's funny how women have the nerve to believe that they know what's good for men. So let me get this right. Men have an untapped opportunity to go and spend money on a ticket so that they can meet random women who are probably entitled, overweight, and have a bad attitude. Like, make it make sense. And here's the thing. The women at these events probably feel like they are doing the men there a favor by getting dressed up and making themselves available. And the fact of the matter is that any woman who really needs to go to a singles event is obviously not worth it, because attractive women with good characters are quickly taken off the market. Go figure.
Men always assume this, and I, for the life of me, do not understand. Anytime my friend and I invite guys to come to our singles events, they always assume that it's going to be 80% majority men. Like, they'll be like, oh, like, I think it's going to be a sausage fest. Like, I think I speak for most guys when I say, like, we're not going to come because it's all going to be other guys. That's not the case, ever. Like, I've gone to multiple singles events. I'm hosting singles events now myself. In every situation, it's majority women. And they're all really cool, fun, attractive women. In New York, women here, in my personal experience, they are very willing to sign up for events. They're willing to put in effort to make connections with people, both platonic and romantic. And I have found it not to be the case for men. So I don't know where that perception's coming from. If anyone has any idea, what is that barrier? The reason that we're reaching out to these men is because it's harder to get men to sign up for these events. And yet when we ask them to sign up, they say they don't want to sign up because they think it will all be men. And it's like, no, the reason I'm reaching out to you is because there is no men. Like, what is it? I don't understand.
Where are all the men? That's what those women say when they're posting social events where there's no men there. Like, look at it, it's just a sea of women. You know why there's no men there? Because of the women. A wise man told me this. Because think about it. Guys are onto us, ladies. They know if they go to these social events, we're going to only gravitate to like 2 of them, while the rest of the guys are pretty much ignored or seen as creeps. So why would men voluntarily go to an event where they know they're going to be rejected on a mass scale? They're at home. They're over us, man. And I don't blame them.
I would love if we could be honest and rebrand singles events as the truth, which is a perfect place to meet your brand new platonic best friend. Men don't go to these. Men do not go to singles events. Stop paying money to go to singles events. Men don't go. Stop it. Single people, no one knows where the single guys are, okay? You're not missing any sort of secret piece of information about where they're hiding. Nobody knows. Honestly, I think they're at home. I don't think men do things. Don't worry about it.
There was a lot of women there.
Lots of women. Lots of straight women.
There wasn't that many men there. And okay, the age group was all over the place. It was like 40, 30, middle-aged, all the things.
The variety.
Way more women than men there. I'm telling y'all, like,
yes. So men, show out next time. Come on now.
Literally, like.
So I just came back from a singles event. I was trying to find a boo or whatever. And it went the way you would have thought it would go when you're a single woman who's interested in men and you're trying to date in New York City. I want to start off by saying it was a cute event. It was so adorable. It was a PowerPoint presentation where you like present your friend. You say, hi, my friend is single and these are all the reasons you should date them. Here are the bullet points. Here are the slides. It was great. And a lot of the presentations were really good. It's just that most of them were women. So yeah, it was a bummer that there weren't more guys at the event. But you know what? Why, if I were a guy, I wouldn't be at an event for singles either, because I could just go outside and trip and fall into 18 beautiful women on my way to the train. So for any of you New York City single ladies out there who unfortunately are attracted to men, good luck. I don't have any tips. I don't know what we're supposed to do. I really thought this was going to be my hot girl summer year. I really thought I was going to have my first roster. I was just going to go out there and have a rock, just like a laundry list, like a scroll, like in the olden days, a scroll of men to choose. I just open my scroll in the morning and be like, who do I want to flirt with today? And I would point, close my eyes and point. That's what I thought this was. I thought delusion.
Women often complain how men aren't masculine or manly, but we seldom hear about how childish messy and immature these new modern women actually are. They all think because they have a degree of sex appeal that they can get away with this kind of behavior. These are the same women who don't get chosen by the men that they actually desire. They have a mindset that there's a revolving door of infinite men who are here to serve all their wants and desires. Woman, you need to grow up.
So New York singles, what do we think about some people trying to capitalize on our loneliness? Because I feel like some of these singles events are getting out of hand. Like, obviously everybody can do whatever they want with their product and with their money, but some price tags are kind of like really exaggerated in my taste. So my friends and I saw this singles event that's happening today in New York City, and we thought, okay, let's go like figure out the price tag, like how much the tickets are. And obviously when I see a singles event, I assume it's going to be 80% women, 20% men, 10% of the men are probably taken and they're not gonna say it, which I experience a lot in New York. A lot of guys have girlfriends and they're not saying they have girlfriends, and they will flirt with you, which is crazy. And they will follow you on Instagram too, which is crazy. Anyway, so we thought, okay, like let's go, like it might be fun. But the ticket for this singles event is $120. $120 for an event. Like, what are you selling me? Fucking caviar? What are you selling me? Like, what? To come and attend your event? Like, are you covering food and drinks? And these events, they never cover food and drinks. You only pay for an option to like enter the door, and then you have to pay extra for food and drinks, which is crazy to me. Like the audacity to charge $120, and especially being a woman, like why do we even need to pay? Wasn't it always like women getting in free and men have to pay? Like, I'm sorry, can we go back and like stop this nonsense that women have to pay? Women have to pay $120 for a chance to maybe meet a guy. Like, that's the equivalent of like paying for the date. That's the equivalent of paying for the date. And when you are a woman and you're paying this price, this is, I think, this, in my opinion, this is what you put out there. Like, yeah, I'm going to pay for the option to meet a guy. I'm going to pay for the option, and I'm going to pay for the date. I'm going to fucking finance you. Like, it just gives this weird, like, energy. I don't know. I don't like this. In my opinion, paying $120, especially as a woman, is crazy to go to the singles event. And, you know, like, people do whatever you want do money, like, do whatever you want. But, no, I will not be paying $120 for a chance to meet a guy. I would rather be single forever.